Night, Mr. Reed.
Gabby, can you come in here a second?
How can I help?
I just wanted to tell you what a great job you've been doing. Your coworkers and clients really seem to like having you around, especially us guys.
What do you mean?
I mean, you're fun, you're beautiful, but you probably like that kind of attention. Do you like your job, Gabby?
Yes, sir. I really do. I've learned a lot and feel like I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah, I'd say you have a lot of potential. Tell me, what are your plans for after you graduate? Are you going to college?
My mom already works a lot, and I can't seem to get any scholarships. Maybe I could do some classes at the community college, but I probably have to keep working to help my mom.
I get that. You know, I'd love to help you out, assuming you would be willing to contribute more here at work.
Really, Mr. Reed? That would be great! What could I do?
You know, you're smart, you're young, you're beautiful. I'm sure a girl like you has lots of talents I could use.
Gabby's story is not an uncommon one. Events in recent years from all walks of life, from corporations to religious institutions to the entertainment industry, have exposed the fundamental problem of those in power abusing women in the workplace and endangering their safety and health. But abuse can happen anywhere. Anyone who holds power over you or someone else can use their influence for good, or they can use it to wreak havoc on your life. You can think of power as control over one or more areas of your life. It can come in many shapes, for example, authority, influence, or physical strength. It may be over anything, like your finances, your food, the place you live in, your emotions, or even your physical body. When you have power over yourself, you are free to live as you want and make your own decisions. But when someone else has power over you, it can lead to abuse. When someone uses their power to violate your boundaries, that is abuse. There's never a situation where that's okay. It can come in the form of violence, threats, making unwanted sexual advances, or demeaning behavior, and no one should be forced to endure it. Unfortunately, abuse is widespread in our society. Women are a primary target, and the workplace can sometimes be the most dangerous place. Studies show that 80% of rapes and sexual assaults happen at work. Abusers often prey on women working alone when they know that nobody's watching. While work environments can be unsafe, the home can be unsafe too. Take a moment and think about 10 women you know. Research tells us that 4 of them will probably experience physical or sexual violence by an intimate partner at least once. Even in places where we expect to feel safe, like doctors' offices, schools, and faith communities, individuals in a position of trust have abused women and children. Predators and others who exhibit abusive behavior can take many forms, but they typically follow a similar pattern of grooming and conditioning a person to accept the abuse. First, they identify who they want to victimize. They have a keen eye for those they perceive to be an easy target. And once that person is singled out, they move in. Next, they isolate the person using physical and emotional manipulation. Abusers will look for ways to separate the person from their community, from their family, from their friends. Third, they gain the person's trust. It's not uncommon for abusers to love bomb with gifts, exaggerated compliments, sharing secrets or personal information, maybe even treating the person as a confidant. All of this is to deepen the relationship with the person and make them feel special. Abusers desensitize their selected victims to violations of physical and even emotional boundaries. It can seem harmless at first, and the casual hit or biting remark that breaks the barrier may at first feel awkward. But the goal is to make the person feel more and more comfortable with increasing levels of violation. Finally, they convince the person that their behavior is normal or even expected. Perpetrators of abuse want the person being victimized to believe there is nothing out of the ordinary about their actions, and they want that person to think that this is the way that it should be. If you or someone you love is experiencing anything like what I just described, know that this abuse does not have to be endured, and help is available. Also, and this is very, very important, you should never dismiss your instinct. If you feel that something is off or it doesn't seem right, trust yourself. Say something. Find someone you trust. Reach out to a professional helper like a teacher, a therapist, a doctor, or a social worker, and let them know what's going on. Safe environments are not just a fantasy, but it takes a commitment from those in our community to make it happen. Healthy relationships of all kinds include everyone involved, setting proper boundaries, having a support system, and understanding their right to consent. Here's Cece to share a piece of her story.
When I think of healthy relationships and what those look like in my life, I think of the word value. I think of someone who would value all of who I am, the whole person that makes me me. My intellect, my emotional self, my dramatic way of being, and my traumatic experiences as a whole, and valuing everything that I have to offer as the person that makes me me. But in turn, I also think of me valuing another person in that same way, and not picking people apart, as I wouldn't want to be picked apart and only accepted for parts of who I am. And so I think it's this beautiful exchange of mutual, wonderful valuing someone else, but also in turn being valued.
For Her offers a variety of services and programs, empowering women to stand up to those who attempt to exploit, demean, and abuse us. For example, our Forward Advocacy program includes discussions on setting healthy boundaries and safety planning. If you live in San Antonio, Texas, and you are in need of support, contact us by visiting our website, iamforher.org, or you can call or text us. You deserve to feel empowered and confident in every area of your life, and no one should ever have to endure abuse. You have what it takes to protect yourself and others, to stop the cycle of abuse, to reclaim your power, and to use it for good.